Hey friends, it's great to be back with you, and I can't wait to share how to create a beautiful wintry scene. It's a shaped easel card. It's perfect for those beautiful Christmas cards that you will not only enjoy creating, but that your friends and family will enjoy receiving. Now, I don't know about you, but it always feels like Christmas comes a little bit sooner every year. Do you agree? If you and I haven't met, my name is 𝐒𝐿𝐿. I'm with Heartfelt Creations, and it's so great to be back with you again today. And we're just going to have some fun really learning the ins and outs to creating beautiful, snowy winter scenes the easy way. So when you look at this in the beginning, you might be like, oh my goodness, 𝐒𝐿𝐿, that's beautiful. But I could never do that. That's what I'm here for today, is just show you those step-by-steps on how you can quickly and easily create those one-of-a-kind shaped shaker easel cards the easy way. So are you ready to get started? Let me know what you love about this card and what you're excited about learning. There's lots of different facets and techniques attached to this project that you can then also use with other projects, including some snow, some beautiful snowflake frames and scenes, and all that fun stuff. So to get started, we are going to be creating with a beautiful snowy winter scene. It comes from our Home for the Holidays set. This set is just magical, and it really just reminds you of Grandpa's old truck, just going home for the holidays, and you have these beautiful scenes that you can pair together or use separately. There is a die that cuts this out, so you get lots of beautiful dimensions. So let's get started by showing you how you can color scenes quickly and easily, especially for those Christmas cards. So I'm going to be using a combination of sponged Algebras and inks, and then we're also going to be using a little bit of zig markers to get those very detailed areas. So this is what I did to color those trees, is I just went in with a leaf green archival ink and just added some quick color into those trees. I added a little bit of color to the deer and this background, and I'm just going to show you how I did that using the zig markers. For the truck, I'm using a wine red, and we're going to use a little bit of this. I first of all covered the truck with a little bit of the vermilion archival ink, and then we're going to add a little bit of extra texture and detail using a brush and zig marker. So this is a watercolor brush pen. This is your zig marker. We're just going to add a little bit of color and add a little bit more accents in here. So you can just start by adding just a little bit highlights into the truck. So this is just a quick and easy way to add some color very easily and still feel like you spent, a good amount of time just adding that texture and color without spending all your time doing it. So when you are creating Christmas or holiday cards, I really like to focus on maybe creating some that are a little bit more simple, and then having some that have a little bit more detail. And typically I'll have 3 to 4 different styles of cards. Some are just quick and easy, and then I have some all the way up to some super dimensional elegant cards. So you get to really have the fun and joy of creating those Christmas cards, but when you start early, say in August, it gets you that head start. You're not pressured, and you can really enjoy the beauty and the magic of creating those beautiful holiday cards and not experience the last minute rush when the season is closer. So this is how you just go back, add a little bit of that shading. You can add as much or as little as you want. Just continue adding the color. I think this is all the color I'm going to add to this, and that's how I added the color to the barn in the background. These trees I just colored with a leaf green ink, added some glitter, and we're good to go. So you don't have to spend a lot of time coloring it. This is all ready to go on our card base. Now, to get started for the next step, we're going to create the base. The base is so fun, super beautiful to create with. We're using the holiday snowflake frame as the base. This is an exquisite die, and you'll find yourself using this over and over. I consider this a classic piece that you can use throughout the years. This is a 9-piece die, which means extreme versatility. So with this one, you're going to get a lot of pieces and variations just depending on how you layer it to cut it out. So there's one die where you're just going to cut out the base. You're going to cut 3 of this one to create the shaker card that I have. So with this one, this is going to be the inside. We created another piece like that. We folded it in half. And then also about 1 inch from the top, we added a little score line so that we can attach this to create that easel style card. Now, as you are watching, if you have any questions, let us know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments when you have the aha moment. Let me know what you're loving about what you're seeing and how this inspires you to get started on your holiday cards. Now tell me, are you one of those crafters that starts early, gets a lot done, or do you typically wait until last minute? I'd love to know. So with this, I'm just going to add some glue to the front half. So this is what's going to create that easel. And we're going to layer this part right on top. And then we are ready to add our stamped and decorated pieces. This is such a stunning shaped card, and there's many different ways that you can layer this together, but this is a very simple way. So you can lay this flat and just allow that to dry while you add the remaining pieces. So for the remaining pieces, I cut a square, stamped and Have a Merry Christmas, and this square is just a tad smaller than the actual easel. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just glue this to the front and layer this right on top. Now you could sponge a little bit of blue on the top if you wanted to. That's what we did on this one. That is just an optional tip for you if you wanted to. But your next step is going to be adding this scene to the inside. So this is all colored. We're going to go ahead and add some hot glue, just very quickly layer this to the inside. And then we're ready to add some snow and do that glitter technique that I was talking about earlier. So we'll position this about right in here. And before we close this with the shaker element, we're gonna go ahead and add some snow. This is one of my top tips to adding snow is I'm using a texture paste. The texture paste looks like a creamy frosting. However, I do not recommend that you taste it. You do that at your own risk, but I'm using just a popsicle stick and we're going to add a little bit of this texture paste right in the areas where there is snow. Now you can add this as thick as you want, you can do as much or as little, but you are literally just brushing this on. It is white, it dries white, and then you can add some really elegant chunky glitter called a frosting powder. So not only are we adding this chunky snow element that is very quick and easy to add with the texture paste, we're also adding a chunky frosting glitter. So we're just gonna add a little bit in there. And then once you've done that, to add the sparkle and shine, I wanna just go back and add a little bit to these trees as well. I did them to the other trees in advance so that I don't have to do them to all the trees today. But this is how you do it to the trees and to those, elements that you wanna have a little bit of that snowy accent. So just put it on. You can scrape it off if it's too much. So don't worry about it being too much. You can always go back and eliminate some. So we're gonna go ahead and put the frosting powder on top. So the frosting powder comes in a container like this. It is a very chunky glitter. It has some white flecks in it for snow, which makes it perfect. So we're just gonna go ahead and layer that over the top, and that just finishes that snow scene. So our next step is going to be adding a little bit more of that frosting powder to the top because that's going to be for our shaker element. And then we will lock it in with our shaker piece. This is your shaker piece. I put some clear cardstock. This was cut out again with a holiday snowflake frame, so it's an inner piece. So when you do this, just put your clear cardstock on the back and then make sure you use some adhesive foam strips and seal that very tightly. Think about like a fishbowl. You do not want to have any leaks in your fishbowl so that the water doesn't come out, or in this case, the snow, the sparkle, and the glitter. So just make sure everything is sealed off very beautifully, and then you can go ahead and just pop this on top, have a beautiful snowy scene very quickly. Isn't that just stunning? Have you done shaker cards before? I think it's really a fun accent and a way to do it with Christmas cards. So we're gonna go ahead and lift this last piece and we are ready to lock this snow in place. So we're just gonna go ahead and center this right on top. Just press it down and Just make sure everything is squeezed, squeezed, squeezed. So once that's done, you're going to go ahead and take this really beautiful iridescent. I layered 2 of these on top of each other, glittered it up with that snowflake or that frosting powder. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue that right on top, and that just finishes out that shaker frame. Isn't that stunning? Now you could just leave it like this, but if you want to add, you know, those extra embellishments on the outside to kind of take it to the next level, you totally can. So think about this as, you know, a basic concept, and then from there you can really do lots of different scenes and variations of this exact one. So we're going to go ahead and next just glue the truck on the outside on top of the main background image. So we'll do that and just pop that right on top. Okay, once that is finished, you're going to go back and you're going to layer a little bit more snow on the outside. So what you're going to do is just go ahead, take your frosting powder, and you will literally just kind of set not frosting powder, your texture paste. You're just going to bring that frosting powder right up here, and it's going to look like that truck is going down a snowy, frosty, covered lane. Isn't that just stunning? Love how that turns out. So there you go. You have a pile of snow on the inside. You have a pile of snow on the outside. And then again, just go ahead and put your frosting powder over the top, and you have that little truck in that snowy drift. Isn't that so spectacular? Love how that comes out. This point, you can go ahead, pull these little trees apart, and you can just tuck these into where you think it belongs. In this case, I'm going to add one to the back. I'm going to add one a little bit to the front. So we'll add that one in there. See, it just looks like it belongs, right? So I just love how all of that comes together. You can pop another little tree on the side. You can add some more snowflakes if you want and all that fun stuff. But you can just kind of nestle those trees. I might just add another one in here just for kicks and giggles. Let's see. We'll just kind of add this one on the top here. There we go. So there you have your beautiful snowy card with the Home for the Holidays collection. We also launched a really beautiful letters and numbers set. Now, whether you are a card maker that likes to customize sentiments or you are a scrapbooker, this has numbers and letters in 2 sizes that are perfect for your card making, customizing sentiments, and also your scrapbooking titles. So for this one, just for quick and easy application, I'm just going to lay this back. I'm going to set something on top so it kind of holds it down while I'm doing this. We're going to go ahead and get the Let It Snow alphabet. So with this one, a quick way to apply these alphabets is just go ahead, use the little quick sticks applicator. This picks it up for you, so you don't have to worry about picking it up with your fingers, losing it, all that good stuff. Oops, you want to pick it up from the front. There you go, and then you can just flip it upside down, put your glue on, and let's start you can use a paper as a guide to put it down, so you put it on straight if you want, but I'm just going to use what I call the eyeballing technique today. Don't be like me and start with your words from the back. That oftentimes makes spelling mistakes. Sometimes I do that. I always like to start with my letters starting with the word from the front, so I have a better chance of spelling it correctly. So with that, we're just going to get that last letter, and you can see how quickly, oops, wrong side, how quickly you can attach these to make customizable sentiments for your cards and your layouts. So we're going to go ahead and just pop that on. Then you can have these little snowflakes that are just, off to the side if you wanted to. Those are also in the holiday snowflake frame. Now, as a thank you for participating in the event today, we have a special savings for you when you place an order. You get a free die with a $50 purchase. Just enter coupon code 8142021 that expires on August 18th, 2021. So make sure you get that. I'm sure there's free die, or there's a die that's on your wish list, and this is your chance to grab that. So very quickly and easily, you have that beautiful, one-of-a-kind, snowy, sparkly winter scene that you not only have just the magical fun of creating, but your friends and family will absolutely love receiving. Now, before I go, just wanted to show you a couple more card samples of what you can do with this. I think this is a very simple, a very flat card that where you have the truck in the front, you flip it open, you have the truck in the back. So beautiful, 2 scenes, very pretty. You can keep it simple, or you can, take it to the next level, add some poinsettias, and just have a lot of fun. If you love altar projects, here's the little one that would be great, hanging from a doorknob, hanging from your Christmas tree. Here's another one using the card front panels within our collections. We have card front panels where you can easily create those little scenes. Here's one using a circular format, using the church scene, which is also from the Home for the Holidays collection. Super beautiful. It's called the Holiday Village, and it has just this stunning little snowy winter scene, perfectly paired together. You could do something similar to what I did, just using this scene. Here's another one using a different decorative background, using the papers, using those alphabet dies, which is really pretty layered up, and then just adding that scene in the bottom. Here's another one, just a shaped card, using that truck in the teal colors. Love how that turns out. Here's one using the poinsettia and then just tucking a partial of this scene, not using the whole scene, but just the truck, and then using those alphabet dies on top to create a custom sentiment. Here's one with the little church scene, such a beautiful village, with using the little snowflake scene as, or snowflake background. Here's one that's super simple, so you can create a super simple card project all the way to something very elegant. Now, like I said, you qualify for a free die with a $50 purchase. Just enter coupon code 814-2021, expires August 18th, 2021. However, if you place an order today by midnight Eastern Standard Time, we still have the I Want It All from the Home for the Holidays set. It means you get the entire Home for the Holiday collection. You get a 10% savings on that. So if you're like, Emily, I love all of this, this is so me, get the I Want It All before midnight Eastern Standard Time, save 10%, and you also qualify for a free die. You can combine those savings. So with that, hopefully this inspires you to get started on your one-of-a-kind holiday cards this year. Have lots of fun recreating this scenic shaped card. Shaker cards are so fun. They're so magical, and if you get started early, that will allow you to just relax, enjoy the creative process. So with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of this event. So much fun seeing all the different demonstrations from all the different companies. So have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye.